Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. So, yeah, what happened to World Beyond? I don't know why I got good out of nowhere, but yeah, what happened? Well, it's Jadis, right? It's Jadis. Like, Jadis's appearance on the show definitely has made the show a ton better. I honestly, I feel like the last couple of episodes have just given me more proof that the characters on the show, the main cast on the show, it was just terrible from the beginning. They were miscast, and also I believe the story shouldn't have been about these characters. Honestly, they're just very unrelatable. They're not really that likable. They come across as cringy, and they're kind of annoying, right? I mean, like, I didn't mean to destroy them just there, but it is frustrating because these last couple of episodes, like halfway through episode 5, like I said, there was like this switch, and then we had episode 6 and 7, and the story has just been so good. It's actually been so entertaining. Episode 7 is by far the best episode of the series, and things are really starting to ramp up right now. We're starting to understand how all of the communities work, and I'm actually very excited about this. I feel like a lot of this stuff should have been explained from the very beginning, right? A lot of the things with the Civic Republic, with like Omaha and Portland and just the military and sort of the history behind all of it. Maybe a lot of it wasn't written in season 1, fine, but like, well, even then, it should have been planned out. If you're gonna make a show, you should plan out the entire world history, right? But I don't know, this whole Major General Beale thing, the Civic Republic military trying to take control of everything, a lot of that information wasn't available in season 1. It wasn't available really at all in season 2, and has been more available now. And I understand that like parts of it were sort of the reveal of the entire thing, and that's kind of why I feel like the series should have just been like 10 episodes and not 20, right? I feel like if it was 10 episodes, you can just kind of get in and out, and if you want to have the characters younger like that, then fine, you know, the story's not going to be as great, but I mean, I guess it could work. But like I said, you can start the story, you can tell it really fast with 10 episodes, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm really enjoying the story right now. Episode 7 was such it was such a great episode, and it really explored a lot of Dr. Belshaw's, I guess, motives from the beginning, and everything makes sense. Everything honestly makes sense, to the point where I don't think I could ever, I mean, I never will anyways, but I don't think I can ever rewatch season 1 of World Beyond, because there's a lot of things that are just so frustrating, right? There is so much mystery there. I'm happy that a lot of that has been revealed now, and finally we are actually getting answers. I think that was one of the things that I was most satisfied about with this episode, and I guess I should warn you that this will contain spoilers for the episode, but I was very satisfied that we were getting clear-cut information about things, right? Usually I feel like with Gimple, whenever he has a hand in any type of story, there's always this sense of like, we're going to hold back a little bit. We're not going to give everything immediately. Well, we are actually starting to get a lot of stuff here. There's little things that we need to know, right? Little things on like how Elizabeth Kubelik plays a role, who is Major General Beale, and how exactly does this connect to the Rick movies, right? There's like these little tiny things that I think will definitely fill in the whole picture here. And I think we're going to get that. We have 3 episodes left. I'll do a video on episode 8's trailer right after this video. But we are actually going in a direction where I could totally see how World Beyond is going to end. And honestly, I really feel like we're going to get a Rick Grimes mention of some sort. I think that we have to get a Rick Grimes mention. I don't know if someone will say the name Rick Grimes, or if they're going to say something like, this one person did this or whatever, and then we're going to see a file and the name will say Rick Grimes. There's going to be something there with Jadis. Like, there will be something that hints at Rick Grimes, because I'm just thinking, like, if you're a writer on the show, like if you want to end the show in a really positive way, if you're Scott Gimple or Matt Negretti, and you know that if you, like, people are watching this because they want Rick Grimes stuff, and so if you end this show without giving anything, like not even a mention of Rick Grimes or anything, you know people are going to be upset. Like, you know people are going to be pretty upset about that. I feel like you have to do that. Like, you can easily set it up, right? Like, it's so, if I was a writer, I would totally do that. There's so much that you can do there. You can easily have Rick, I don't know, just look at Michonne's final episode. Like, she found Rick's boots and everything. That was so exciting. You could do that on World Beyond. You can have a file on Rick Grimes. You can have some information of his whereabouts. You can mention stuff like that. You don't have to have Andrew Lincoln on set to do that. Why aren't they doing that? But anyways, if you're new here and you want more World Beyond and Rick Grimes, and I guess just general Walking Dead content like this, then make sure to hit subscribe. I also want to note that I know a lot of people are having AMC Plus issues, and I don't know why. I have been as well, and it's not like every week. Like, oh, this is the first week actually of World Beyond where I've had an issue with it. For The Walking Dead, for most of season 11A, I got the episodes on time. I have the Roku channel or whatever. I have AMC Plus through that, and then I also have Prime. So I have two ways of watching it. On the Roku channel thing or whatever, usually that is 100% fine. Like, most of the time, the episodes are going to be there. Like, most of the time. But on Prime, like, World Beyond and Fear aren't even on there yet. So I don't know why there's a lot of issues like that. But, like, again, I've been seeing this comment quite a bit. I hope AMC Plus can definitely, like fix that issue, because you have these episodes. People really want to watch your content. I mean, the least you can do is have it up on time, right? Like, I look at companies like Disney Plus and stuff, and they have all their television shows out. Like, most of the time, I think almost 100% of the time, their television shows are out right on time. So I just think that if AMC Plus wants to release these exclusive Walking Dead shows sort of thing, or I guess it's not exclusive yet, I think that this is very important. This is something that you have to get fixed. You have to have your stuff out on time. And I will say that is also one thing that was interesting. I also recently heard that future Walking Dead content in terms of spin-offs and stuff might be available exclusively on AMC Plus, which means that shows like the Daryl and Carol spin-off and all of that might be on AMC Plus. So it looks like The Walking Dead, literally when that show ends next year, or I guess Fear might continue there as well, but it seems like there's going to be no more shows airing on cable, and a lot of it is just going to be an exclusive to AMC Plus. So that's kind of an interesting move. It's kind of sad. I guess the Sundays, like Walking Dead Sundays, are kind of over now. It feels like they're over. I don't even do reviews on Sundays anymore because it's just so hard to prioritize it when my interest is when the episodes are first released. So like, I'm obviously not gonna be excited to watch it the Sunday after. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into this episode here. So yeah, Jadis killed Dr. Belshaw. That was very surprising, and finally there was a big character death. This is the first big character death of the entire series, and it took 17 of 20 episodes for it to happen. I hope there's more deaths coming soon too, because it just makes everything so much more entertaining. A lot of this episode focused on Dr. Belshaw. It focused on the green vial that was missing, and obviously we learned a lot more information about what they're using with the green vial, and there's some weird things that have been done to it, so they're trying to figure that out. There's a lot of that sort of thing going on right now. A lot of like the missing vial conflict kind of got wrapped up in this episode, right? Like they killed Dr. Belshaw, and so now Leo Bennett is just gonna, I guess he's gonna take over that position. Now what happens, right? We're kind of in a weird place, but if you watch the episode 8 trailer, it looks like they are actually starting to build the stuff, because there's more things that they're trying to do, which causes Jadis to initiate a lockdown, and we are going to have Elizabeth Kublik show up in episode 8, so that is very exciting, because I want to know where she went, and also, her interaction with Jadis is going to be really, really amazing. I really can't wait for that. But yeah, Jadis killed Dr. Belshaw. I thought the scene worked out really well. And I'm actually happy, because in the end, I never liked the character. I like the actress and her performance. I like the character overall, but to me, she's kind of a villain. I think she deserved it, and I thought it was a very graphic and a very, very good scene. And I'm excited, honestly. I'm really excited to see where World Beyond's going to go in the next 3 episodes, because if this is episode 7, I mean, obviously it's going to get better than this, right? Like, I feel like episode 9 could be the best one, and then 10 is sort of like, it's all right? Because it might wrap up stuff. It depends on which episode they want to make the biggest, but they're already ramping a lot of stuff up here, and all they had to do was get Jadis. And again, this is proof that those kid characters are the worst part about World Beyond. I've been saying this from the beginning, and this is just proving my point so much more. I don't know what it is about Iris specifically. A lot of it is, I think it's their overconfidence. When I hear Iris and Hope, and that's the thing, I always go back and forth with Hope. Like, I like her, then I don't like her. I like her, then I don't like her. And, Iris, I have never liked. And the reason is because she is just too cringy. And there's a few characters like that I have just never liked. Like, Elton is a character that, for the most part, I kind of have never liked. I think in the very beginning, I was like, let's see where some of these characters go. But then over time, like, Elton has been practically useless. And Hope as well, I have overall never really liked. I thought she was, in this episode specifically, super cringy, and it's just their overconfidence and the acting, I think, is just really bad. But Huck, I think, is the star of the show and the main character of the entire show. I don't know who the actress is who's playing the character, but she is so good. I really love her portrayal as Huck. I want her to be in the Rick movies. I think she would be such a great asset in the Rick movies. I hope she doesn't die here in the next couple of episodes because she's getting so much screen time it feels like it could happen. But she's such a great character. I love her relationship within the Civic Republic. It's so complex because of her mother, but then she has some allies. Like she is such a great character that I'm like, she should have been the main character from the beginning. This whole story should have been more focused on maybe she had friends at Omaha and she saw her friends and we just focused on the whole story from her point of view. There was no whole plan to get Hope and them over here. She was just kind of friends with Hope and Iris and stuff, and then all of a sudden we started to see more information come to light and we started to experience everything through her, but she becomes this anti-hero kind of character, right? Because it's like she has all these complex things like, well, my mother is here, but my mother's lying to me. What do I do? Well, I can't just kill my mother, obviously. So, like, what do I do here? I think Huck should have been the star of the show. She's been the best character, honestly, from the very, very beginning. And it sucks that, well, it doesn't suck. I mean, I'm happy that the last couple of episodes we have been getting a lot of really great stories with her and that they are focusing on her because, yeah, I mean, in my opinion, at least for season 2, she is the lead character of the group. Like, I know Hope is there and whatever, but no, definitely I think Huck, I would say, is like the main character of this group. Now, in terms of some information here, I do want to clarify some stuff because we did actually learn quite a bit, a lot of stuff that we knew, but I just want to kind of explain it all here so that in case you maybe like didn't understand it or whatever, then we can kind of, yeah, I'll just recap it here. So the Civic Republic, we have 3 rings here, right? It's 3 communities united. There's this union among communities. The first community was Omaha, or Campus Colony. The second community was Portland. And then the third community, I believe, was the Civic Republic. Now, Portland has 80,000 members. Omaha has apparently like 90,000 to 100,000. I always thought it was 10,000, or was that Campus Colony? I guess had 10,000. And I think Campus Colony is like a smaller region within Omaha, I'm guessing. But the Civic Republic, they have 200,000 people there, right? So they have quite a bit of people. And overall, all 3 communities are, for the most part, pretty safe. They're heroes. They're the good guys, right? There's nothing wrong with them. But what's wrong with them is the Civic Republic military. It's the military in the Civic Republic that's really messed up because they're the ones who sort of have this control over everyone. They have their military troops in Portland and they had them before in Omaha. Like, they don't run independently from each other. The Civic Republic was sort of the stronger of all 3 communities from the beginning, and their military definitely has taken over everything. They have so much control. And remember what I was saying before in past videos, that there was this transition of power that was agreed upon 10 years ago, that over the next 10 years we were going to have this transition of power, right? To the point where we would have more civilian oversight from communities like Omaha and Portland. But obviously the CRM or the Civic Republic, they don't want to give up that power. I mean, it's possible the Civic Republic, like most of the residents, don't really care. It's the leaders in charge who want to maintain that power. And so they destroyed Omaha in order to maintain that power, to cause that emergency delay in transfer of power. So that's what's messed up. And then what the characters on World Beyond in episode 7 realized and learned, and I guess they're going to try and stop anyways, is that they want to do the same thing to Portland. And now it's been believed that that's where Rick Grimes is. Rick Grimes is in Portland right now, which is very possible. It's 80,000 people. I mean, I don't think he would be in the Civic Republic unless he's been held captive. It depends. Like, he's definitely within those locations, though. Like, that's where he's been the entire time. And also an interesting piece of information that was kind of thrown in there. And so it makes me wonder his motives. But there is this kid, he's Major General Beale's son, which I'm so happy that happened, because now all the Rick Grimes is Major General Beale theories are done. I don't know why that got so big, or I wouldn't say it was really big. It wasn't like everyone knew it was a theory, but you'd always see that odd comment here and there. But yeah, definitely that's not the case at all. That would be so insane. But this Major General Beale, I do want to know more information about. I do wonder if we're going to learn more stuff about him, or if he's going to be sort of a reveal at the end, because he's the major Rick Grimes villain, right? So I mean, it's interesting, right? I really honestly can't wait to see where they're going to go. But I'm going to leave it here. Make sure to post all of your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.